Aloha everyone, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with your pick a card reading for the full moon eclipse in Taurus. So pile 1 is on the left, pile 2 is in the middle, and pile 3 is on the right. We are looking at what good blessings, what good changes are coming in that this eclipse is bringing to you at this time. So take your time. If you need to pause the video, that's perfectly okay, but let Spirit guide you, and I will meet you in your reading. Timestamps are in the description box below. Aloha pile 1, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with your full moon eclipse in Taurus reading. We're going to look at what is changing for you, where are the changes happening for you at this eclipse time, and what good things can you expect. Really beautiful energies here. Eclipses bring in energy and eclipse out what is no longer serving in a very quick and swift fashion. It's in Taurus, which has to do with finances, home. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so relationships may be up for review, communications there. We have Mars in retrograde at this time as well, and so and that's in Gemini. That'll be retrograde, I believe, until April. I'll have to look on that. You guys can let me know in the comments below if you happen to know the date that the Mars retrograde ends. But there are updates to communication. We have just had Pluto go direct. Pluto is in charge of death and rebirth, taking us through that cycle. And so since it has gone direct, if there are any things that haven't quite been completed at this time in the rebirth cycle, those will be completed now. So things to watch out for. People may be a little more accident prone. People may be a little more sensitive in their emotions. And so we're going to look specifically at the eclipse energy, but there's other energies surrounding. Remember, energy is always in layers. Okay, before we get started, I want to say thank you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button. I'm so grateful for all of that. Thank you to those who have donated and tipped, sent me snail mail. That's so fun, as well as those who comment. I do offer private readings. The only way to get those is from the description box below. I'll never solicit you. I know I think my channel's been okay, but there's been a lot of scammers targeting tarot readers, so please pay attention to what your tarot reader offers on YouTube and how, because I will never solicit you on any kind of social media or through the comments here. So if you want a reading, the information on how to get in contact with me is below. I also do a contest every month, free to enter, free to win, for a 30-minute session with me personally. I'll let you know at the end of the video how to enter that drawing, as some are here just for the messages. Let's get into it. You guys chose 4th house energy here, your home. Okay, so what this tells me with this eclipse, that there is going to be a focus on your home, and that's where the greatest amount of changes are happening for pile 1. For some of you, I see you moving, and moving maybe rather unexpectedly, or a move that you were planning on making happening faster than what you may have thought. This also has to do with making home feel like home. So you may have changes. You may have found yourself in the last week or so, especially the last few days, because this is being recorded a few hours before the eclipse. And so you may have found yourself moving furniture, getting stuff to redecorate your house to make it feel like the energy flow is better. You may have been interested in feng shui. And this also has to do with home within yourself. So it's like where you have felt lost, on an esoteric level or on a spiritual level. You're learning to feel at home in your body, at home in your spirit, and so that is where the majority of the energy of this eclipse is going to be affecting you. Okay, and let's go a little more deeply and look at what these changes are. All right. Okay. Okay, so it looks like you guys, this particular eclipse is really helping you to make some decisions, okay? What Spirit's showing, we have 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, and Temperance. That they are absolutely trying to help you move through a bit of a challenging time. So things may have been really uncomfortable on the home front, in your relationships. Again, for those of you who are moving, you may be moving because there's been a breakup, or you may be moving because things like the house that you're renting sold, or things have changed that you weren't expecting, because there is a little bit of element of disappointment or loss in your past energies here. But what Spirit's assuring you is that they are bringing together the cooperative components. There is balance, there is communication happening that's going to really help you, okay? Now, for some of you, not for all, this is going to be a small percentage. You may have a decision to make on whether to move in with someone, to take the relationship to the next level, but I'm also seeing the opposite here, where you decide to move out from someone that you had a long-term relationship with. Okay, what Spirit's saying is hold on to your dream. So even though there may be movements, even though there may be things that have been happening, what they're saying is that you have planted the seeds really well. And so what's changing is this feeling of loss is actually going to be moving into the beginning stages of the harvest. You're not at full-on harvest yet. You're in a relationship, in a goal or outcome that you have. And some of you could be moving jobs. This feels more like the physical home, though. Okay. But what Spirit's indicating is there's been some detours. There's been some disappointments around either a relationship or your home life. And that's starting to change. But it does require a bit of movement for you. We have 10 of Swords, so with the disappointment, I do feel like, again, that you may have had sadness, loss. During this time of Pluto retrograde, there have been a lot of both physical and metaphysical deaths. So some of you may have experienced the death of a loved one, or a situation that has caused, just a downturn in the energy. But what Spirit's showing is the outcome here of this eclipse is the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune says things are turning in your favor. So it's like, even though there have been difficult times in the recent months or last several weeks, it's shifting, okay? And this eclipse is really, with this group, what they're showing is it's really rounding out like a 10-year cycle. So it's like you've had these lessons, not necessarily with the same person, though some people it may have been. You've had these lessons almost on repeat for 10 years. It's like you're trying to get ahead and then can't. You move to a place you really love, and then something happens with your living situation that ends in disappointment. This is showing me that you're coming into a time of more security. You're coming into a time of moving into a situation and an environment that is more fulfilling to you. Yeah. For this eclipse time, they are suggesting that you may be, because you're building a foundation on which to build the rest, right? You're coming into your own power. But during this eclipse, they're saying maybe just be careful with your money. Don't overspend, because there is movement about, there are some things that you don't see yet that are trying to come into fruition, because the next card was the Seven of Swords. So some things that have been hidden from you are now going to be shown during this eclipse, and it's going to provide movement for you. It's going to provide you to be in an environment that's conducive to your change, to your growth. But I will say that this does come from a space of previous disappointment. It was the catalyst. I've just made a move myself that has been absolutely fantastic for me, but the root of it came from the death of a loved one and the move out of someone that I really loved, right? So that space had to be filled, and Spirit moved me, okay, to somewhere completely new. And I loved the home I was in, didn't think that I would ever want to release that home. And yet the energies put me somewhere that is so much better for my body, mind, spirit, community, all of that, and is giving me back some of the things that I thought I lost. Okay, so do understand that if there has been disappointment around you, that if there's been disappointment in the way things have happened, or you feel like I'm losing a sense of home, you're actually going to be gaining a better environment for your heart, for your physical growth, for your mental situation. It's like all of that's changing. So where there has been overthinking, fights, where there has been investments that you feel like didn't grow, it's all starting to grow now. What Spirit's saying is you have planted the seeds, and you've planted them wisely. They've just been using the cooperative components to try to put you in a place that works for you. And I hadn't even chose the card yet. In the bottom of the deck for the Sacred Destiny cards is happiness. Okay, so anything that you feel like maybe was taken away in previous months, it's because it's moving you to a place of better happiness. And if that person or situation is to remain in your life, they will come back. A doorway will open. But you are being shifted at this time, and it's a positive shift. It's going to bring in better times for you, better situation. You're going to be in your power. Okay? I'm going to get one card to close this out. So do expect some swift shifts in your environment. It's wise to make your home feel comfortable and to feel good. And then we got relaxation. So this eclipse is taking you out of a chaotic time and moving you into a time of relaxation. And notice this full moon here, okay? So very synchronistic. This is like a right now moment. They're also saying that during the transition, during the movement, do your best to relax. And if you don't actually physically move to a new environment, you're going to have some changes in your home environment that's going to help you. Okay, so they really want you to relax into it, relax into these changes, because it's here to bring you fortune. It's here to bring you happiness. And I feel like for this group, sometimes change is a little bit daunting for you. You don't actually, who really, even though change is the only constant, who of us really just loves to uproot ourselves or change things at a deeper level? Because it comes with a lot of stuff that comes up. But it feels like you have come through that change process, and now there's the movement towards your goal. But it may require a physical move, or in the metaphysical sense, you're going to be discovering what home is within yourself. But there is going to be changes to your environment. Okay, so that is what is moving forward for the better for you on this eclipse. I'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. For those of you who would like to enter the drawing, remember it's free to enter, free to win. Here's how you do it. You be a subscriber if you're not already, so subscribe and hit that bell button. Like and share this video, and then in the comment section below, write, I am willing to relax. I am willing to relax. This lets me know that you'd like to enter the drawing. I will do that on the first of the month and announce the winner, and hopefully it is you. So until next time, aloha. Aloha Pile 2, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly, coming to you with your full moon eclipse in Taurus reading to see what is changing for you for the better. Remember, eclipses eclipse energy in and out very quickly. It allows us to let go of what no longer serves us. There is some major astrology at this time. Pluto has just gone direct. Pluto is the planet that takes us into the underworld of death and rebirth. So for those who have not completed their death and rebirth cycle, they are doing that now. So some people may be a little bit accident prone. During that cycle, there have been metaphysical deaths, ego deaths, but there's also been physical deaths that people have gone through of loved ones during that Pluto retrograde. That has now gone direct. We also have Mars that has just gone retrograde for the next several months in Gemini. So communications at hand. Mars is the planet of war and sex, but it can be very active energy, but it can be very fiery and very explosive energy when not channeled correctly. And this is going to come through in our communication and in our mental faculties. Okay. In addition, the eclipse is in Taurus. So Taurus is going to focus a little bit more on finances, home. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Okay, that's Mars's counterpart. And so things of beauty, luxury will be there, but Taurus, it does sit on the financial axis. And so finances may be in up for review, or changes may be happening there for you as well. So that's collective energies. We're going to look more specifically into what's changing with what you intuitively were drawn to. I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and hitting that bell button. That all helps my channel to grow and expand. Also, thank you for those of you who have sent me snail mail and gifts in the mail. I'm very appreciative of that. I'm also thankful for those who have donated and for those who comment. Okay, very, very appreciative. I also do offer private readings and one-to-one mentorships. You can check out the description box below. That is the only way that I will respond to you, is if you contact me. So I'm never going to reach out to you, ask you for money or anything of that sort. So if anyone has done that, I think my channel's been safe, but there's been a lot of scammers on the tarot readers channels. So please do well by your beautiful money and avoid that. So ignore them or report them, because it is a scam if they're reaching out to you on social media or through my comment section. And thirdly, I just want to say I do a drawing every month, free to enter, free to win, for a 30-minute session with me personally. I'll let you know at the end of the video how to enter that drawing, as some are here just for the messages. So let's get into your particulars here. You guys chose the 5th house of passion. I love this. It's a number 43. That may mean something to you. It yields down to a 7. 7 is the seer of truth. It's the mystic. It's the psychic number. What I love about this is I feel like with this group, your artistry, creativity, and your passion is going to come forward. And that passion may come forward in a spiritual manner. Does not have to, but since we have the number 7 in play here, you may be finding yourself doing like intuitive painting, intuitive writing. If you've had other passions that you've wanted to go for, you're going to have the drive at this time, the changes that are happening that are going to present themselves, that are going to help you go towards your passion. So say that you wanted to be a Reiki practitioner, a massage therapist, you know, if you happen to be a hands-on person and it's not about the arts, it's more about the healing arts. Things will present themselves during this eclipse and right after. We do feel the energies for 6 months after the eclipses. So you're going to have these opportunities present themselves. If you guys always wanted to take an art class, or if you wanted to present your art in some way or your music in some way, that's going to come forward as well. So you guys are going to be feeling into your passions, but I do feel like those passions are on the creative side of things. Okay, let's see what else is changing for pile 2 for the better during this Taurus full moon eclipse. Okay. All right. So it looks like you guys are definitely going to be in a position where you may start making some money off of your passions and your creativity. Some of you may even be inspired to start your own business at this time. Okay, really, really beautiful. We have 6 of Swords, 8 of Swords, King of Pentacles. So during this eclipse, what's changing for the better is that you're going to have the opportunity to move into a much better financial position, a much better position in your, I mean, if you want to put it towards love life, this would be more of a committed situation, but this feels more like your passions in business is the focus here for most of you. You're going to be changing for the better in that Spirit's taking you out of a time of overthinking, being in a prison of your own mind, okay? Because look, this horse is like bound up, but not really. She can use any of these swords to release herself and take off the blindfold, okay? So there's some ways in which you have felt like you were stuck and felt like your passion or your creativity was gone, but those were all... I'll say in your head in a lot of ways. There's been a lot of overthinking or stinking thinking like I'm not good enough or no one would want that or how could I sell this idea or product, you know, like I think I'm the only one that might like that, when actually what is coming for you and what's changing is that you can make a whole business and a very successful business around your ideas, okay? What's changing here is I do feel like for some of you, we have 7 of Pentacles, you've made some investments, 5 of Pentacles, you feel like you're at a loss with that investment, and we have Fool 2.0. This deck has a second Fool. And the Fool 2.0 cautions you against, you know, going back to something or repeating a cycle. It's like the Fool takes a leap, but the Fool 2.0, it's like you've already taken that leap, you've already made the adjustments, and so going back into that stinking thinking, going back into feeling like you have to completely reinvest yourself is not necessarily the way that this is changing. Okay, so I feel like they're taking you out of a time and a cycle where you've just been going round and round. This could be in a business, this could be... of course it could be love. Again, this feels more like your creativity and your passion. This is also saying like any sort of get rich quick schemes that may show up during this time, to avoid that. Okay, that's a separate side note because we are looking at what's getting better, but I feel like you're going to actually... where you're going to make your money and have your passion are seeds that you've already planted. And notice they're at all different stages of growth. Okay? Spirit is suggesting that you've been in your head a little bit too much. And that has caused some of the passion to be stifled. But it's coming on back. Alright? So we have 6 of Cups, Ace of Cups, and 9 of Pentacles. So what's changing for the better here is that some things that you really wanted to do in childhood that's going to just make you feel loved, make you feel successful, you're going to have huge success. 9 of Pentacles is self-made success. It's you being in your power, and it's going to come from the passion that you had as a kid. You know, sometimes we think of things as a child like I want to be an artist, or I want to be a singer when I grow up, or I want to be an astronaut, you know. And as we grow, we get told the things that we can't do, or those passions may get stifled. And what happens here is that your avenue for growth, your avenue for financial stability, and even the business that you could build is coming from the things that you loved in childhood. Despite the fact that you may have had people around you that said, you can't do that, you need to be more practical, you need to have a different type of job, or what have you. But that being said, your avenue for growth right now, what's changing is your passion's returning. Something that is soul level passion, soul level creativity that you absolutely are going to love. It fills your cup up, and it doesn't come from anyone else. It comes from you and Spirit, Source. Okay, she's holding a falcon, it looks like. Is that a falcon? Yeah. And so it comes from you. You are the commander of your own ship. You're the captain of your own ship. And I think this is really beautiful because I feel like with this group, you guys have been doing for everyone else for such a long time that it actually, you lost your passion on things that make you feel whole and complete, that make you feel beautiful. And this eclipse is switching it back into you doing what's best for you. And it's bringing a joy from the childhood, and now you have the wisdom to turn it into something really phenomenal and to make money off of that. Overall, we have the Hermit here. Okay, so Spirit is asking you to go inside. The Hermit holds the star in that lantern. So to go inside on your quest, again, you do this for you. Your passion reignites for yourself, for what you love to do, and there's healing here. The Hermit holding that star does indicate that by going inside and remembering the things that you love and you're passionate about, some of you also may have the chance or the ability to become famous in some way. So this could be, you know, like on TikTok, YouTube, whatever social media we have now, there is such an easy ability to become seen or to become famous in some way. And so this is you coming back to your creativity and passion, and that particular decision that you make about what you would like to do moving forward, what's fun for you, is actually going to bring you money. Okay, so this is really, really beautiful. They are asking for you to get out of your head. I've been way too far in your thought process, and go for what is creative and fun during this eclipse time. And remember, we feel these energies for 6 months afterwards. Closing out, we have the card of delight from the Sacred Destiny cards. So you are moving into a time of great delight. Birds may really be a symbol for you at this time, so do pay attention to different birds that you have coming in, because we've got the falcon and the finch here. And yes, there's other animals on these cards, but the birds are standing out to me. So it does feel like you're about to take flight on your delight there, okay? And going for what your dreams and your creativity that you've wanted to do, because this particular time, we have 9 of Pentacles, this particular time is all about you and making the moves that are going to be successful for you, okay? So I love that, you guys. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much. For those of you who would like to enter the drawing, remember it's free to enter, free to win. All you do is be a subscriber if you're not already. Like and share this video, and then in the comment section below, write, I am willing to, what should I say? Express my passion. I am willing to express my passion. That lets me know that you would like to enter the drawing. I'll do that on the first of the month on video and announce the winner, and hopefully it is you. So until next time, aloha. Aloha Pile 3. This is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with your reading for the full moon eclipse in Taurus. This particular eclipse is coming at a time with a lot of major astrology. It's in Taurus. Taurus rules, it's ruled by Venus. Taurus rules, it's on the financial axis, so finances will be up. It also has to do with home, luxury, beauty, even family in some regards, right? Taurus is a very hardworking sign, very determined. And so that particular determination will be here as well. Eclipses bring energy in rather quickly, and it exits energy very quickly. So anything that's no longer serving may exit your life very quickly, as well as things that will better your life will enter very quickly during an eclipse. Now, we do have some other collective astrology that's been pretty a lot, right? So we have Pluto that has just gone direct. Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. It rules Scorpio. Our last eclipse was Scorpio, so we're still in the energies of that as well. And so essentially, we've all gone through a death and rebirth of some sort. Some of it has been ego death. Others have experienced physical death of loved ones. And sorry if that's been your position. I do understand that I had that during the retrograde as well. And so they are asking you now, like Spirit's asking you now, to move forward from that death. We're in the rebirth process. Those who have not finished that process, they will be finishing it now, especially during this eclipse time. This does cause for people to be a little accident prone, so please do look out for that and pay attention when you're on the road and doing your things, okay? Mars did just go retrograde in Gemini. Mars is the planet of war and sex. Gemini is about communication, forward thinking, and so the butterfly mind, right? And so communication is going to be up. Mars will be retrograde for a few months. I don't quite remember the end date. I think it's in April, but you know, somebody in the comments let me know the end date if you happen to know that of Mars retrograde. And so communication is going to be necessary to be more aware of how we communicate to others, getting updates in that area, both internal and external communication. Okay, and I'm paying attention to the light out here, so there must be a cloud that's going over the sun, and it keeps going in and out for your reading. The other piles didn't have this, so it looks like an eclipse, even though the eclipse doesn't happen in my area until like 3 a.m. Okay, so so very funny that is what's up for you guys. Okay, so interesting on the light and shadow side, so just go with the flow because it's like flowing in and out that way. Okay, I do want to say thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button. All those things help my channel to grow and expand, so I'm so appreciative of that. I am thankful for those of you who have sent me notes in the mail. I do love a handwritten note, and I appreciate those who have sent me gifts or things from the wish list. Very, very appreciative of that, as well as thank you for those who comment. Loving that. I do have private readings available, as well as one-to-one mentorships. That's in the description box below. That's the only way to get those. I'll never reach out to you or solicit you for a reading, so you know, just be mindful that there's scammers on YouTube. I think my channel's been safe, but they are targeting a lot of tarot readers, so just be careful with your money, okay? And then thirdly, I do offer a contest, free to enter, free to win, for a 30-minute session with me personally. I'll let you know at the end of the video how to enter that, as some are here for the messages only. Okay, so your direct message here, we have Juno, partnership. I love this. Juno is the asteroid, and I love these macaws. They're so, so beautiful. Juno is the asteroid that has to do with our long-term partnerships. Venus is what we think we want in a relationship, what we shorter-term partnerships, the beauty, romance of it all. But Juno is the asteroid that lets us know what we need out of a partner, what will be our long-term relationship. So you may look at where your Juno is in your chart, because that'll give you additional information. And Juno sometimes lets us know aspects of ourselves that we have had hidden, okay? But partnerships are going to be up for you at this time. This is what is changing in your life at this time for the better, because that was the question we asked. What is changing for the better? So your partnership is changing. So for those of you that are single, you may be moving into a romantic partnership at this time, so you could meet somebody at this time. Those of you who are married, you're going to either, remember eclipses exit in and out, so there are either improvements for the better, or you'll choose to separate, which will be for the better, because the question here is what is changing for the better. So you know where you are in your cycle here. For some of you, there may be someone you're separated from that's coming on back in. But partnerships of all kinds, specifically romantic with Juno, are going to be what's bettering for you guys. Okay. Ooh. Oh! All right. Communication station here, you guys. This is beautiful. Okay. All right. I do feel like you're hearing from somebody that, you know, for those of you that have been in separation with someone, you're going to get a new beginning here, okay? We have Page of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. All right. Some of you may have been at a distance from this person, so even if you haven't been separated, you've been in even if you're not in no communication, you may be in separation. Or for those of you that are single, this is a new person coming on in hot, coming in quick, okay? Same for if you are coupled already. Communication is improving quickly, right? Page of Wands is new passion, creativity, communication, passionate communication. 8 of Wands is quick forward movement, a very huge communication card. 10 of Pentacles is my favorite card in the deck. It has to do with happy home, happy life, all of your resources, financial and otherwise, taken care of, and it can indicate travel and vacation and holidays. So those of you that are single, if you've been, if you're on vacation or planning a vacation right after this eclipse time, you may meet your person while you're on vacation. Or those of you that have been in separation, there's communication coming in. I feel like those of you who have been in separation, they're giving me a very specific message with this, is that the reason you guys separated may have been due to financial issues. Like one person out of the partnership, it feels like the masculine in this partnership, male or female matters not, but the divine masculine side of the connection, I feel like was not in the same or better financial position that you are. And so there was a separation that occurred so that they could get their mind right, but also because they felt like they could not provide for you in the way that they wanted to, but they just cannot stay away any longer. It's like they have to communicate because they know that working together, you guys can create anything. All right, you have a really strong bond, those that have been in separation. Okay, in the now we have 6 of Swords, 9 of Wands, 8 of Cups. This is why I say I do feel like it was someone who may have exited for a time. Okay, what this is saying is you have persevered in your partnerships. Okay, there is the wounded warrior. Those of you watching, you're coming through as this, though it feels like, you know, partnerships and relationships have not been the easiest for you. But Spirit is actually helping you to balance this, to bring in the right person, to make the reconnections if there's supposed to be reconnection or reconciliation. But they are doing everything they can because they are acknowledging that you have persevered. That even though it's been hard, even though you feel like there has been a loss in the past of someone or an idea or a loss of hope in a situation, they are recognizing that you persevered. And you said, you know what, I'm gonna love anyway. Even if I don't know how this could work out, or even if it seems like every time I try, like it doesn't work out, I'm going to love anyway. And you're being rewarded for that at this time. We have the Chariot, the Justice card, and the 6 of Pentacles. My goodness, the communication and the fast forward movement in this reading, if for your partnerships, is out of this world. Pile 3. You are going to get the justice that you deserve. 6 of Pentacles says it is a even give and receive. Okay, it's a gift from the universe for your perseverance because you felt like that you were at a loss. Things are balancing out. The scales always balance. Libra is the sign of justice. The scales always balance. And it's time. So it's time for you to have this quick forward movement. And for those of you that have been in separation, you did the work. You balanced yourself out. You took the reins and you said, you know what, I'm balancing myself and I'm going to move forward whether this person ever comes back or not. Okay, and it's coming back now in balance. For those of you that are single, same thing. You may have left someone or had to make the decision to leave a partnership or to turn down someone from the past because you knew that it wasn't right for you, and Spirit's saying, great job, we're balancing it now and we're going to bring you somebody who's even give and receive. For those of you that are coupled, you're fixing, you're balancing. The communication is coming in hot. It's going to be really beautiful. Okay, all across the board, the relationships and partnerships, you guys are, whoa. Ace of Wands and the Fool. Brand new beginning. Okay, so for those of you that are coupled and are, and those of you who have a reconciliation coming in, let it be new. Take the leap of faith with this person. And you will know if you want to, okay? Those of you who are in a situation where it's better to leave, you already know that it's better to leave. But those of you that were hoping for things to even themselves out, you have the opportunity. It's new. Take the leap of faith. New, passionate beginnings. For some of you, this is a friendship turning into a romance, okay? And moving it to the physical side of things. It's really beautiful. And for those of you that it's someone new, heck yes, it's here. Take the leap of faith, okay? And it's because you have done it. It's because you have gone through the death and rebirth. This group, you have successfully made your transformation. You have successfully gone through the transformation within your soul to release the ego bonds that would keep you from the appropriate partner. I love this, you guys. This is so comforting. I'm like loving your reading. Let me get a Sacred Destiny card to close it out. But it's really, really beautiful, you guys, and you deserve it. It's like, I feel like with this group, love has not always been the easiest. Partnership has not been the easiest. I feel like this group are very independent anyway. And you got the card of courage. You will have the courage, and what's changing for the better is the courage to take the risk on love, to take the risk on this leap of faith. You can do it. You have the courage. Okay, you have the courage to make the leap, to let it be new, to have your outcome. Because remember, the partnerships are what are changing for you. Look how beautiful this couple, this bird couple is. Absolutely glorious. Okay, and that's going to be you with your partner. And your partner understands, you know, your hesitation and the fact that you've had to persevere. So they're going to work with you at whatever rate and speed and pace that you need in order to open up. But the time is now for you to have your partner. Okay? So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much. For those of you who would like to enter the drawing, remember it is free to enter, free to win. So here's how you do it. You be a subscriber if you're not already. So subscribe, hit that bell button, like and share this video. And then in the comment section below, write, "It is safe for me to love." It is safe for me to love. And that will let me know that you want to enter the drawing. I will do that on the 1st of the month on video and announce the winner, and hopefully it is you. So until next time, aloha.